Hello everyone, welcome back to more chess. Playing white against Crackling. Crackling. Capital LN. Nobody knows why. Okay, sure. I believe that is a playable opening. It is the Sicilian, so I hope it's playable since I keep playing it. We'll just get a knight out. I mean, there's this bishop check. I don't know if I really want it. Eh, why not? And they have to put a piece into a pin. If they go with the bishop, I'm not sure. But if they go with the knight, we hang on to the pin at least for a while, and then probably back off once they chase me away with the pawn. Okay. The other thing is we could try this. Or, like, well, no, I love an excuse to develop this, right? That bishop's not going anywhere. But I guess it's like, okay, say they do this after here, then I don't really have any choice but to trade anyway. So I'm not sure that I really get much benefit out of this. Except that it gets me good center control. Like I'm not sad to have this pawn out. It lets me put a knight here. It really, really weakens the d file for me, I guess. These squares are strong outposts for black. Maybe that's the problem with this move. Okay, yeah, we have to do this anyway. Um, but it means I can get a knight out into a nice square. I don't know. It was probably wrong. But this is a nice point for me to focus on as well. It's not the end of the world. And I'll just develop a knight and threaten to get into this excellent square. They still have this pawn low. They haven't recklessly pushed as many pawns as I have, so their d file is stronger. This is not as good a square for me as this is for them. I really need to keep an eye on it with this knight, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking one reason I thought it would be okay to push this is that like I wouldn't mind trading light square bishops since it seems like their light square bishop is pretty good. Their stuff is, they have these dark square pawns. But given that this is the outpost square they want, maybe this like creates a dark square weakness and then trades away their light square bishop. So it's like a little bit self inconsistent, maybe. Okay, I might as well support this. It's not making any squares any weaker. And it gives me bishop development options. Okay, I think I'm happy to see this. Because it's the first step towards weakening this square. I think I'm going to just castle. There's this check, but I think this would be fine. So let's not. It's not check. A pin. Pin is the word I meant. A pin. All right. It's probably about time to start looking at whether I have undefended pieces before I start dropping them again. Right now, it's just this rook and this pawn. Nope, not even this pawn. Obviously, as we have discussed, knowing that a piece is defended doesn't mean it's safe. If it's attacked more times than defended, it's typically in danger. And tactics can create more attackers or create attackers more quickly than usual, etc., etc. But like as I've discussed, just like recognizing pieces that are completely undefending would be an improvement. Undefended would be an improvement for me. So that's what I like. Sort of am supposed to be working on when I can muster the energy. Like if I had a chess coach, I feel like that's one of the things they would be telling me to do is like stop hanging pieces, but they would be nicer about it. I don't have to be nice because I'm me. Getting ready to castle, I guess. Sure. This is undefended, but I mean, okay, queen here attacks it, I guess. But they can defend. It doesn't. It's like a one move threat that doesn't do anything. Bishop. Oops. Bishop here, like I don't know. It might be okay, but I don't think I really want to give up my dark square bishop. He's the only thing you can keep an eye on. He's one of a small number of pieces that can keep an eye here, right? Let's just develop him, in fact. This is a pretty safe square for him, eyeing up my biggest deficiency. And if they try to chase him away like this, I would be thrilled to make this trade. I would be unbelievably happy. Okay, what is this knight trying to do? He's attacking here, but that's okay. Is he trying to chase out this knight? What does he want? It's like, it's a fine square for him, I guess. I don't really want to trade. I guess I'm just trying to knock out a defender of this, maybe? I think I should be playing on the king side. My opponent's pawns are pretty good over on the queen side. But what am I supposed to do over here, right? I don't think I like this at all. Do I? That pawn is, I guess, a little bit hard to defend, but not very. It just, they can play bishop here. Yeah, I don't want to free up this bishop. That's why I don't want to take here. Okay. So I want the queen there. Let's... I don't want to move the rook either. Let's just, get in a flight square or something? Sure. There's nothing I really urgently want to do right now, and I kind of want to start pushing pawns on the king side, and right now this is making the knights a lot less powerful. I am a little worried that it's a dark square, and they have this dark square bishop, but I don't think that's going to be a super big deal. Their bishop's going to be trying to get here, not here. Okay, going in for this, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they can create pawn breaks here. I don't really know which one of us should be trying to open up the position. Like, in principle, I guess it's me. I'm a little more developed. My king is safer. So I'm not sure about this. Here. Okay, fine. So they're trying for this. I don't want that, though. Right? I can just block here. Then it takes, and I can chase the rook away somehow. Yeah. I don't think I want to lose this square. It's reinforcing my biggest outpost. It's not even really an outpost because there's a pawn here, but my biggest pawn asset. I have to remember that this pawn is defended only by my queen. So if I ever have to move her, I should probably take here first. Also, my knight is undefended, the knight on c3. I feel like my opponent is in a slightly better position than I am, but nothing horrible has happened yet, I think. Oh, wait a minute. This knight is available to retake. Oh, no, but I have two pawns here. Right, that's why the knight just didn't jump in a minute ago. Yeah. They added an attacker, so I added a defender. Things were fine before, so they're fine now. That's the idea, anyway. I guess takes rook here. No, the queen's watching that. What if they push the pawn? I think I would be happy to do this, right? I'd have to get the knight out of the way, but then I could try to take this pawn. A knight here is kind of sad, but I don't think they will push because they don't want to lose this guy. Okay. Yeah. So the knight's under some pressure. I can back up with the bishop. Or move the knight here, which feels pretty bad. I guess I'm going to have to move him anyway if they make this push soon, I think. So yeah, let's just reroute over here. This looks like a useful move at some point, even if maybe not right this moment. There's also this. To try to break this pawn down a little bit. Okay, I think we need to take this way. That was the idea. Oh, but now I don't lose anything. There's this queen is getting in a bit, maybe. My my queen is still stuck to this guy. I could move, but then this pawn is very, very weak. It instantly falls, in fact. I wonder if it might be worth a sack here. Pick up two pawns for a knight, and they're like really good pawns. I feel like the game is sort of teetering away from me here. I should have maybe gone here first before that recapture. Because it draws this pawn over here. Then I can maybe target c5. Could I try to do something to make that stronger somehow? Like bishop here first, I don't think is actually any good, but it's a thing to think about. There's also like queen here to connect the rooks. While still, well, I guess here would be okay too. What's the difference? Oh, this attacks the queen. That's kind of nice. Makes her kind of want to go away. Although I think she just like climbs in deeper. Yeah, I think I'd rather go here. Yeah, I don't. I feel like they should have maybe done this a while ago to open up my king position. Ah. An advantage of this, I guess, is that it makes the queen give up defense of this square, or else back up into the enemy position and out of mine. There's this bishop here, but maybe I could find some more pressure against the pawn. Maybe not. No, I want to go here and guard all these rook entry squares. And also, of course, guard my own rook here, which is something I'd like to do soon. We've kind of broken this up a little bit. This bishop and this bishop are in a kind of standoff of sorts here. Right? This guy's kind of busy defending this pawn and defending this knight. But I can't actually threaten both of those things because my bishop is the only one who can conveniently do it anyway. Okay. I think we castle? Or not castle, bring the rook over. What do I retake with if they trade? I don't know. Apparently they're not going to do that. So what's the idea here? Where are you going? Here? Here, I guess. But that's defended. Here? Maybe you're trying to bring in the bishop? To where? It's kind of weird. I don't think I want to trade rooks. I don't see any particular advantage in it. It just helps them. Do I push this pawn? You can push one of these pawns. That doesn't seem very good, does it? Well, let's just push this pawn. What is this all about? Pawn break here to open up my king, I guess. To give the rook room? Yeah, I can't really stop that, I guess. That's too bad. Do I want to have a pawn here, or would I rather have a pawn here? I did just vacate this file, huh? It'd be kind of embarrassing to open it up immediately. Well, maybe what I can do is try to attract the rook away from this square. Oh, no, you know what I'll do? Is make them close it back up. They get to undouble their pawns, but the rook doesn't get an open file unless it's willing to expose itself here, and then maybe I can... Oh, I can. I could put pressure on it like this, right? So, okay. That hasn't happened. Pick the queen up just a little bit. Get her onto the dark squares where there could be some pressure someday. But their dark square bishop can't get to me very easily here. It does release a defender of this square, which could be an issue. But I like giving their queen more to pay attention to. She's got to watch both of these now. Well, okay, she could give up this one. The bishop's on it. These pawns are obviously scary, but like at least I don't have to worry about the rooks. Yeah. So that's not too surprising. I think I have to back up. And I think just one step is probably best. I don't know. I guess they go here. Oh, they're going to let me stop that. I think that's good. I hate that I made my kingside into Swiss cheese for a dark square bishop. And the knight can get established pretty well, but I have my knight like watching over. So anything they put in here that becomes a problem, I do like at least have the ability to remove one of them. Probably like rook here would be sort of nice at some point. Ah. Trying to put some pressure there, huh? It's tough for me to do anything about that. Well, I mean, okay. This does something about it. I mean, my opponent is definitely the one playing for. I don't know. We're both playing for the win, but my opponent has an attack at the moment. You know, with all this stuff over here, and my pawns are all very meek. I wonder if I might have this at some point. It drops this pawn, so. Or, well, it doesn't yet. They only have one attacker on it. This pawn is not quite pinned, I guess, because the queen is still here to defend the bishop. So what about this? I feel like this inconveniences the queen quite a bit. I think I'm going to go for that. Right, these pawns are under threat. The queen's under threat. And she can't like quite get over here that easily. Okay, they're going to trade queens. I think I'm happy with that. I mean, I was obviously offering it. This comes still with more tempo, which is nice. And I might defend the pawn this way so that I can get my rook a bit more activated. I could defend it like that, but I don't want to take my knight away from the defense of g3. Where's he going? I guess he was just like getting off of this square, I suppose. I could try and track him down, but I don't think that is really going to bear any fruit. So I could try here, doubling up on this pawn and allowing me to scoot up with the rook. Gives up a lot of control of my back rank. But this pawn is very much my weak point, so it seems justified. It's a little weird to double up on your own third rank at this stage, but I don't know. Why did I do that instead of this? I'm not sure. It keeps an eye on this pawn as well. Okay, so now I think it's time to bring in a rook. This? It chases the rook off of this rank, probably. Yeah, this seems good. It's threatening to win this. We kind of have here, right? And then I guess I could defend? Hmm. I can also just bring in the bishop. But then, like, this works pretty well, I think. I want the rook because it threatens this pawn as well. I think they should just defend, or maybe defend. Probably defend, right? Pile up on this pawn, make me regret moving. But then I would trade, and I don't regret it. I just like haven't really accomplished anything. And then try to get my bishop to pick up these dark square pawns. Their bishop and knight, like, they feel like they should be doing something really great over here, but they aren't. Like, this is a little scary, but I don't know. I think I just want to keep that side of the board where it is. It doesn't seem to be hurting me without a little bit more fuel from black. Okay, they defend. But now something like this. This? Or wait a minute. What about here? Discovering an attack on the rook, right? And if they go here, I take this one, and we're even. But I have a rook on their back rank, or in their house. I guess they have one in my house, and that's kind of a bigger problem, huh? Because it works together with this bishop so well. Like, I might die if a rook got here. I think I would legitimately be dead, actually. So maybe that's not so good. Here, suppose they ignore that and go for this. Takes. Takes. But then... Wait, I'm lost. Here, here. Take... No, don't take that. Let's say take here. Then this, and I'm cooked, right? So I don't think that tactic works. But just getting behind this rook now seems good. Threatening this pawn. And they don't really have time to bring their dark square bishop back into the action. Okay, you defend that way. Fine. That's pretty cool. But now I don't have to hang out over here anymore? Okay, king's hiding. Do I just do this? I think so. I guess takes bishop here to defend the pawn. But then I set up and I'm attacking this one. This is getting tense. The good news is I haven't really noticed any blunders yet. That doesn't say there haven't been any. But no one's really dropped any material. Positionally, I feel okay. These guys are menacing, but a little bit sidelined. And I can maybe bring a knight over here once I try to work with these pawns. I guess maybe something like that would be the way. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's cute. But then this? Or just anchor right here. Right? Threatening this again, and you can't bring this guy in. Okay. I think my bishop has successfully infiltrated. But I think they're right to leave the rooks on. Oh, you know what? This is kind of cute because then it counterattacks if I capture. This is falling, so I think. Oh, okay. Well, I'll take this, I guess. Ah, hang on. They're threatening a pin here, I think. If I take this, then here. Now what? My bishop is attacked twice, defended once, and can't move. I see. Oh dear. But if I move off this file, the bishop dies. Okay, so I guess I have to defend the rook to get away from this. Getting anchored in here didn't work out after all. Wait a minute. Why didn't I just take this pawn and defend? I forgot. I thought if they did this, I would have to run. But okay, that was definitely a mistake. Yeah, I was right that I have to get out of the way so that I don't get pinned, but I can do so while picking up a pawn, and that's a huge improvement. Okay, try again. Draw? Repetition? I'm not actually going for repetition, but it might look like it. I just realized I got out of this the wrong way last time. Oh, and just imagine being able to get here. This is such a great square for a bishop right now. It defends the rook, it's got this wide open diagonal, and it threatens this bishop, who, like, right now isn't doing anything, but if I could win a pawn and then trade bishops, I wouldn't be so sad. I don't know, I probably shouldn't. This bishop is pretty weak right now with all their pawns stuck on dark squares. Okay, we get a do-over. Rooks are off. I have a connected passer. I don't know what to do with him, though. I mean, push him, right? He won't be connected much longer. Maybe get a knight a bit further first, so... Suppose here... I guess they want to go there? Or here? Yeah. That's illegal. Here... Here? But I want to be parked on a dark square, I think. I think I push this. Right? Is that crazy? Ugh, I'm out of time. I don't think I do that. They would push past it, and then this is pretty bad for me. Let's just get this going. It's pretty tough for them to take apart because there's a bishop and a pawn defending each other. Oh, what about this? That would have been cool, pinning the knight to the bishop. Whoops. I guess we have to go this way to make any progress. Really? That important? I mean, it was a passer. I didn't think it was worth losing a knight for. Oh, black resigned. Didn't know bishops move backward? Boy, that was a tense and stressful game. Against, I think, my highest rated opponent yet. So, anyway, my highest rated victory, I think. Let's see what the computer thinks of that game. Ooh, uh-oh, there was a big blunder here. And then we just blundered back and forth here in this position. Wow. Okay, well, give it to me straight, Doc. I didn't like this. Just here? Oh, I think I was supposed to capture this first, right? But it likes c-takes. This is dropping something big, apparently, huh? Yeah, they're supposed to take here, deflecting the queen? And then? I don't know. I'm not sure what the big idea here is. What was the use of deflecting the queen if you're not going to do anything? I guess it inconveniences her. She's on the wrong side of the board now. It takes more tempo for her to get back into the action. Sure. And I think I was supposed to do this again, maybe? They can win this, which is maybe bad, but then she might run out of squares, right? Well, not if I do this. She just takes that pawn. But maybe here? Then she can retreat. Ooh. That doesn't seem so good. I don't think takes here is that great. I don't want to let the queen into this square. But maybe it's not a problem. Well, right, they don't have to recapture. This is what I was imagining. But maybe this is bad because I get this? Maybe that's why they have to recapture. They don't want to let me fork either winning the bishop or trading winning the rook or trading the bishop. No, this is bad. Oh, maybe to step up with the queen now. No, then they get that. Yeah, sure. I don't know. What's the idea? Pawn push. I didn't think this worked. Why not here, here, here? Defend the knight. Right, we are meant to defend the knight, yeah. Okay. I guess I don't see what the big advantage here is. Oh, at the end I get this pawn? But then why are they doing this? Why not, say, defend the pawn? I guess it's a little hard, and I could maybe pile up on it at some point. Let's say they try defending the pawn. Now the queen's out of squares. Yeah, let's look at where she can go right now. Not here, or any of these. And the queen's controlling all this, and the bishop's controlling this. I see. So that's why it's creating an escape square for her. And then we could try locking it down further. Apparently that doesn't work. I'm not sure why not. Why can't I do this? Okay. All right, so apparently that is fine. It just wasn't like one of Stockfish's top recommendations. And now the queen... Okay, she gets to trade herself off this way. I see. So where was I? It was saying don't run away. Instead, try to win the queen. That was a bit beyond me. Now, I played queen c3, which I thought was kind of nice. Doing this. Apparently it's dropping like a whole piece. Not sure how. It's... Maybe I need to react to this more violently somehow, like pawn push? I don't think that's very good. It makes this a weakness that they could exploit. Trading rooks doesn't seem good. Like, is the problem with this that it allows rook, and then this, and I basically just have to go back to defending? I guess that's the problem. Maybe. Okay, so it's just like do something else. This was actively bad, rather than looking for something that's good. Just, I mean, so here? No. What is the threat that they're making here? I don't see it. This to break down... Oh, maybe that's a problem. But what am I supposed to do about it? Bring up a rook? I don't think that's very good. I'm lost. Run away with the knight. Okay, so suppose that I do what I did in the game. They're supposed to push there. And then, yeah, I thought they would push again. Supported by the rook. And I would have to run again, and that was going to be kind of sad. Or, okay, maybe run here, sure. Although it's going to be unsupported soon. An unsupported dark square? How good can that really be? It says it's really important to get... Oh, yeah. To get the rook off this file. I agree. But it doesn't. It's just queen take, right? Okay. We have a rook and a knight deep in my position. Yeah. So then the question is... How does knight here address that problem? Why don't they just do this anyway? I have this counterattack. That's cute, but it doesn't really seem to address the core problem. It just means I can wait a minute before retreating the bishop. And then suppose they push here? This is bad. Why don't they just take with the queen again? Oh, the bishop is hanging. I see. So the point of getting the knight away is to land it here, now that they've lost their pawns who were watching this square. And as it happens, he's doing something great. He not only forces the queen to move, he ties the queen down to the bishop. So that when... so that if black tries pushing these pawns, we can force the rook to retake instead of the queen. That's a... I'm never going to see that ahead of, like, in time to understand why this is a useful move. Forget that. Okay, it didn't like defending the pawn this way. It says it's dropping an entire rook. It's a little hard to believe. I mean, what could the move be that makes this so bad? Not any bishop move, not any knight move. Something to do with the rook, I think, but isn't this like just still fine? I could get behind it here or here. I have this defended enough. Well, I don't, do I? I can only defend this square twice, and if they really worked at it, they could double up and attack 3 times, maybe. But I can just move my... I don't know. Yeah, maybe defending here is just too hard. Well, what am I supposed to do instead? There's like no moves. I don't know. Oh, go in for this first? No, it hates that. And I think this is even worse. Well, no, it's not as bad. So bring this rook up. Oh yeah, of course. Because you really want to double along the file. Like this file, right? But when you defend here, I don't know, both of them allow you to double up on this file, so I'm not really sure what the big deal is. Okay, so what's black's tactic after this? Pawn push. Oh, the queen is overloaded? Is that what's going on? She's guarding the bishop and also this rook? Suppose takes. Ooh. That's pretty scary. Yeah, it's actually saying, like, go over here. But, oh my god, we dropped this rook. Oh! She's not just overloaded, which is like, this rook's not under attack, so it's not that big a deal. She's pinned to the rook if they can ever open up this diagonal. I see. That's something that in principle it would be nice to spot. Like, dark squares, diagonals should be important this game. This bishop's been sidelined for so long that I'm not really paying attention to him anymore, but he's still there. And leaving this situation here is a little scary. I see. Now I'm hugely winning here, and it says don't go there. What is the tactic? It could just be get the knight involved, I guess. Well, no, because that drops the bishop. Rook here? Defense and attack? Yeah, that should overload their rook, right? It can't do everything. It can't guard this and this. And it can't really attack me. Nope, this is horrible. Why was that horrible? Here. Well, right. I'm up 6, right? There must be some way to actually win the rook. Oh! Not the whole rook, but just go here, pinning it to the bishop. It's defended by the bishop, but if it doesn't move, we win the exchange. And then the rook just goes wild, right? Yeah. Is there even a second best move? No, every move but that one is awful. Okay. And then, yeah, I ran here, which was a mistake. I should have gone there. Right. We actually repeated... okay, this is why I got so many blunders. We repeated the same position, 2 different positions, twice each. And I blundered both times in the first position, and then once in the second position. Yeah. I don't know if it should help you learn from your mistakes when it's just like, well, this is a position you've already seen. But okay, sure. And now, knight c3 was bad. Pawn push? I didn't like the idea of this. And then here. I guess it would have been fine. Wait, why not just push the pawn? He didn't go where I thought he was going to go. He can't go here. What am I thinking? I thought he was going to go, yeah, here. And then I didn't want to risk getting here and having some trouble, so I was like, just going to, yeah. But when he doesn't, I just go here. Nope, that's awful. Yeah, he takes the bishop and defends the queening square. Stop this? No? Some bishop move? No, it drops the pawn. This is a bishop move that doesn't, but I don't see why that would be good. Is it like I'm supposed to go over here? Is there some way to win this bishop? King here, pawn here? The bishop can just move. I don't know. Why? Why this? Oh, because now I can push the pawn without losing the bishop. And I'm still defending the pawn until that happens. I see. So now I don't actually push the pawn, but I start getting a knight involved. Okay. Well, a chaotic victory for sure. How are the move times? I don't know. We both spent some time thinking and some time not thinking. Seems fair. And I mean, I'm 1494. Oh, so close. Back, I could almost be 1500. The rating that you start at when it's like, oh, you're just some random guy. I'll guess you're 1500. 52%. We did it. We're better than more than half of the people who play Rapid on Lichess. Which honestly, I think is stupendous. Okay. It was a pretty long video for just one game. It was just one game, wasn't it? Yeah, this was hours ago. Okay. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.